Nice turn signal. Oh my God, the sand, the sand, the sand. The sand, the sand. Last week, it was covered in snow. A few days ago, it was still covered in snow. And thank you, Kansas, for dumping sand all over the roads. Look at that shit. Sand all over the place. Sketchy, sketchy. I'm hoping as I get out here in the country and the back roads a little bit, there's not so much sand all over the place. But I do have a topic to talk about today. We'll start after this red light turns green. Alright, so we got a few of those out of the way. So anyways, man, F.T.P, man. Fuck the police. That's all I've been seeing recently. It seems like it's really blown up, like on Facebook. I don't know if it's like the people that are like I'm friends with now or what, but all over. I mean, obviously there's a lot of it in the motorcycle community. Especially like the ride of the century deal and all this, like that kind of stuff. But even more so than that, like all over Facebook, all over the news. And it's not on mainstream news, obviously for reasons, and not the reasons that you think I'm going to talk about. But everybody has seems to be hating on cops a lot. And let me just say this and get it out of the way. Yes, there are bad cops. There are power-hungry cops, and you know, cops that shouldn't be police officers, this and that. But I've been seeing a lot of videos of either like individuals getting like beat up by cops, or just like their ass beat by cops, or people getting shot or tased or whatever. The most recent one was it was a video of a cop kicking a guy's motorcycle, and it was a ride that looked a lot like the ride of the century. You know, there were a ton of bikes there, and this one cop was out in the middle of the street that I could see, and all you see is the motorcyclist with the camera on turns around, and all of a sudden you see this cop like just run up next to his bike and kick it with the rider on it. And then you look in the comments, oh, the police, blah, 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 those freaking power-hungry fools, blah, blah, blah. But what you never, ever see in most of these videos is what led up to the situation. What happened in order for that cop to beat the shit out of this guy, or what happened in order for that cop to freak out and kick this guy's bike with him on it. You never see that in the videos, but it drives me nuts, because I mean, a lot of the guys aren't corrupt cops. They're just trying to do their job. And put yourself in their situation for a second. But you're not a cop. Say you're not a cop, and you're at a bar, and all of a sudden there's some shit talking going on, and it goes a little too far. say you're with two buddies. You got yourself, and two other buddies with you. And this other group that's talking shit is a group of, say, we'll go ahead and say 10 guys. There's 10 guys in this other group that are talking shit. It starts getting a little more heated, and all of a sudden, someone starts pushing you around, or pushing your buddy around, and surrounds him. What do you do there? Do you turn around and run and take off? Or do you do something about it? And I mean, I can see where people are going to take this the other direction, say, well, the cop is pushing them around. But you never see that in the video until the actual event happens. All you ever see in the video is what someone cut out and put in, you know, where they edited it to, where they cut it to, so that it's the cop is the one in the wrong. But all of a sudden, so anyways, all of a sudden these guys start ganging up on you and pushing you around, and you're in fear for your life, basically, because you're majorly outnumbered. It's not just, you know, you versus one other guy, or maybe you versus two guys. It's 3 of you versus 10 of them. You're majorly outnumbered, surrounded, and you know it's going to go down. What do? You're not able to run, because they're gonna either chase you down and get you anyways. But in these events where the cop kicked the guy's bike, or the cop tackled the guy off his bike, or even at that, the cop is, well, we'll save that, we'll talk about that here in a minute. But these cops, there's not several hundred of them there usually. There is, you know, a few there, and these bikers, they don't know what these bikers are gonna do, if they're going to, you know, try and run them over, or at any minute, you know, a group of them could get off, and this 1 or 2 cops are surrounded, and all of a sudden everybody starts ganging up on these cops. If I was surrounded by a bunch of guys who are not just riding usually, they're usually doing something illegal, whether it be doing wheelies down the street, or riding on sidewalks, or, you know, putting not just themselves but other people's lives at risk. And what you don't see is probably that cop being patient with these guys at the beginning and saying, hey, stop, you know, pull over, or turn your bike off, get off your bike, or whatever. And that's what you don't see. What you do see is after it's escalated and nobody's doing what the cop is telling them to do, that would, yes, granted, probably end up in the idiot getting arrested. And yeah, if I got caught doing a wheelie, I mean, I would expect to get arrested. It's illegal. Usually, you know, the only person at risk is myself, because it's usually back here on country roads where there's no one else around. So just put yourself in his shoes for a minute and stop screaming F the police. And police are, you know, they take their power hungry idiots or whatever, and stop saying that for a minute and put yourself in their shoes, where their job is to stop illegal activities. And when nobody is listening to them, or nobody's listening to you and your orders to stop, where do you go from there? Do you just stop and walk away? And if you tell me, yeah, I just stop and walk away, you're full of shit, for one, because everybody has a breaking point. Now, obviously, a police officer should be able to control that, but you know, that's not always possible. Sometimes you hit that breaking point and you just let loose, which is what happened. You know, that's where all of a sudden that cop just snaps and says, "You guys, I'm tackling your ass off that bike. I'm gonna beat your ass until you're compliant with me." But if that idiot would have just stopped, chances are he would have, the first time, not after several times, the first time, being tackled off the bike probably would have never happened. The getting your ass beat and probably put in a hospital with a tube down your fucking throat so you can breathe and eat probably would have never happened. Escalate further, you getting shot because you're resisting arrest or attacking the police officer, which isn't on the video either, probably would have never happened. But the other example of this is the videos I see more on my Facebook feed are of individuals either getting, you know, ganged up on by several police officers and getting just like beat senseless, or a police officer drawing his gun on an individual who looks like they're just standing there and shooting him, and all of a sudden everybody freaks out. Oh, that guy wasn't doing anything but standing there, or that guy was on the ground, he was saying no, stop. Yeah, he was saying no, stop because the idiot before took a swing at a couple police officers, is hopped up on drugs or something and isn't stopping. And in order to get that guy to obey the commands he's being given, he's got to be beat senseless. I'm sick of hearing the negativity on the police. Yes, police do have a bad attitude sometimes, and yes, sometimes they take their force a little excessively, but you got to realize when they're thinking about it, it's them, it's that person they're attacking, or them going home that night. And if you're an officer of the law and you're wearing that badge, or you're the person attacking, you better be ready to freaking die and not go home if you're attacking a police officer. I mean, that's just plain and simple. But I mean, I'm just tired of the negativity on like every cop. You see a cop car and it's, oh, F the police, screw them, you know, this and that. They're gonna chase me down after I did a wheelie and cause me to wreck my motorcycle because I'm running from them. Think about it. Really? They're gonna cause you to wreck your motorcycle, or they're gonna cause you to get your ass beat. No. You're going to cause yourself to wreck your motorcycle. You're going to cause yourself to get your ass beat excessively. You're not complying to simple orders. Oh my God, there's so much sand. So to wrap this up, next time you guys watch a video, don't judge it on the video of the person taking the video. Think about, especially if it starts in the middle. Now sometimes it shows the whole event, and yes, the cops are in the wrong and excessive. But think about what led up to that situation, what could have led up to that situation, and put yourself in their shoes where their life could be at risk that you didn't know about. I mean, are you as an individual going to stand in front of a group of motorcycles and watch several of them try and run you over or get as close as possible to you? I mean, yeah, a motorcycle isn't the car, but this right here, this isn't gonna feel good hitting you, ever. I mean, I'm not gonna say don't do wheelies or don't do stupid shit on your motorcycle. I do, sometimes. But oh my God, the sand is all over the place. But think about the consequences. Before you do it. being so fast to judge and say, F the police, screw those guys. Because one day, who knows, that guy that you said, screw you, get lost. Because that individual might be saving your life someday. Seriously wrapping up this vlog. Bye.